Shit, this doesn't work out. No. Shit, okay. No music for me, unfortunately, today. Yeah, no music. Okay. Well, greetings, ladies and ladies. Excuse me while I try to. It's been a long time since our last stream, so I'm kind of worried that I don't know how to do this anymore. Hang on. I think the music is loud enough. Kinda hard to tell, as always. Make it just a little bit. Like this. Okay. How's this? The music is playing, I'm talking, the microphone is right next to me. It should be alright. Alright, cool. Hey, look who's here! It's Rice, everybody. Hi Rice, how you doing, mate? Everything alright? Any new exciting painting projects on your part? Let me quickly just... How do I do this again? How do I make it whole? Oh, that's not it. Oh, that's not it. Ah! Here we go. I'm sorry, it's been a while. Hey. Hang on. Yeah, it's okay, it's live. Currently putting globs of snot out of my nose. Been sick lately. Oh no! Not you too? God damn. Everybody's been sick lately. It's really been something. Kinda hard to tell if the music is alright or not. Today I can't unfortunately monitor the music as well, because I'm trying out a different setup than usual. Like with every stream. And this means that I can't plug in my headphones because the cord isn't long enough. Right. Gärtner Jan is here. He says, hey bro. Hey man, how you doing? I hope everything is alright with you as well. So, on that note, if you guys are looking for an amazing channel to see some gardening work, Gärtner Jan is your, is it the right address? Right, okay, cool. Today, we are gathered here today to paint some Bretonians. I bought them, I think, when did I start this channel? 2 years ago? I bought them literally 2 years ago, in an effort to prepare some eBay rescue operations, but then, you know, Curse City came out and they've been sitting in a box ever since. I've got more, I've got quite a bit more, well, quite a bit, but, you know, a few. And I thought, you know what, why not start today with a nice eBay Bretonian rescue? You already see the next project in the background, which I've been working on since yesterday, but you know, it's going quite well. Okay. We've got 2 knights and a bunch of archers today. I want to start with this one because this one is fully, you know, in a good state of build. This one has unfortunately a broken lance and his horse is missing its tail. So I thought, you know, why not start with this one? Objectively nothing wrong with him. just, you know, a little bit boring. And when I say a little bit, quite boring. And really not Bretonian-esque. So, that's what we want to start with first. I think I want to go, I want to start quite dark and then work my way up to the lighter colors, as I'd always recommend you do. I can't start with the wash, obviously, because then we'd be sitting here with nothing happening for like 20 minutes. So, is the sound really alright? So, yeah, should be alright. Okay, let's stop with the insecurities. I hope everybody has a nice Sunday. What do we have? Afternoon? And yeah. I hope, apart from, you know, the occasional sickness, that you all are doing quite alright. This is too bright. I think I want to take some dried bark and mix it in. Currently I'm using, for the red, I'm gonna start off with a mixture of Dryad bark and Wordbearer's red. Mostly for the recesses, but, you know. So, let's try this. Definitely darker. That's what we want. I mean, I do have the Wash Karabor Crimson, so we can always just apply that if the... Hey! We just started, man. If the shadows don't work out. But, I want to try something I saw on Instagram. There was someone who painted their Bretonians with a really stark contrast. I unfortunately don't have the name right now. But, yeah. I want to try something like that. A lot more contrast, a lot more details, you know, as it's usual for Bretonian knight to have lots of ornaments and embroidery on the horse. Rice says he'll be right back. Nice. All right. So yeah. Is the poll up? Yeah. Okay. What do I want to talk about today? I mean, the obvious talking point would be the old world. It's back, everybody. It's almost back. They've gotten quite a bit of shelving issues, as I've been told and as I found out. I think if I were to, you know, purchase a Bretonian army right now, it would only be shipped like when? In March? Which, you know, is quite unfortunate, but we waited years for the old world. And for a very long time, nobody thought it would actually happen, so I guess it's fair that we can wait some more. Unfortunate and, you know, classic GW shenanigans, but what you gonna do? So, I love how there's actually no difference. Okay, in that case, I think we can switch over to some Mephiston Red, which would surely brighten up the mini, right? And then we should also start, you know, thinking about what heraldry we want to give this knight. We've got multiple options. We've got, hang on, let me zoom in a bit. Okay. We've got the bull on his shield, which we could use for, you know, motive. And we have this, you know, dragon on the head of the horse, which I don't know how it's attached, but, you know, the knight will know, I guess. So yeah, two possible motives right there. Think I want to go with the bull, because the dragon is kind of, I think the dragon as a motive is arguably quite overused. especially in fantasy settings. So, you know, with the bull, I think some checkerboard patterns, I'm thinking some fleur-de-lises. You know, by the end of today's stream, which actually won't be that long, because I have to do still quite some prep work for finals this semester. Have to write an entire, like, not a thesis, but you know, about a project about Roman statues and how our perception of Roman, you know, classical Roman statues is warped by the tooth of time. So yeah, that's gonna be fun. I think it's gonna be fun. Unfortunately, I would have liked to do a like poll in the streets, you know, asking people, showing them different pictures and asking them for their, you know, just opinion on these statues. But don't have the time. Tuesday is already the time where I have to present it. And I highly doubt that with classes tomorrow, I'll still have time to make this kind of poll. I think the red is quite, how would I call it? An ungrateful color right now. Not a thankful motive to work, not a thankful color to work with right now, because, as I said, I think you guys can barely see the difference on camera. But I think with the yellow we're on a better winner. Also, we have to think of a third color which we should bring in here, because I think 2 colors, you know, is a little bit less. Maybe if, you know, for a regular night it's okay. But I'm not quite sure. I feel like we should go with something more extravagant here. I also want to do non-metallic metal on the armor, which I think, you know, why not? Now it's as good as any time. Starting with some Dawnstone. Right. Always feels kinda sacrilegious to, you know, paint over, to do like an infringement of this kind on, you know, this old metal. Like this is like proper antique right now, but you know, times change. I actually wanted to start the stream sooner today, like at like 12 PM my current time. Now it's 2, already almost 3. The reason I couldn't do that is because I overslept. I had a very busy day yesterday preparing the Tomb Kings for the next proper video I'm doing. And yeah, I didn't pay attention to how late it was getting, and then I overslept. Classic weekend shenanigans. So, as you can see, I've started a poll in the chat, asking if there are any Helldivers among us. And the reason I'm asking that is because, well, you know, the game has become very popular for good reasons. And I'm actually thinking about, of course, after the next, you know, painting video, because I feel quite bad for leaving you guys without a proper video for so long. But I'm thinking about maybe starting to stream the game on this channel, as I think that it is, you know, close enough to Warhammer-related content, especially in spirit. And, you know, could be a fun activity for me and a few of my friends, or maybe some of you guys joining a squad. And let's just say the Super Earth propaganda has gotten me in full grip. Yet at the same time, you know, I'm wondering how many Helldivers are even here, and how, you know, how the servers are doing, because if I buy the game and I have to wait like 2 hours for, you know, to queue, which is something I hear online quite often because the game is suffering from success, which I find, you know, very nice, then I will hold off on that and maybe stream another game. There is definitely another gaming stream coming up, which I've been preparing for months now. And yeah, I'm quite surely you'll like that one. So, Rice says, in terms of my project, I'm busy with 5 Cataphracti Terminators. Wow, hang on. 5 Cataphracti. Okay. Terminators, it's on my fault. For my basilisks. Alright. They're customized and suitably trophied up. Nice. Just need the bases done. Oh wow. Well then you're actually quite far. Very nice. Sounds good. Cataphracti Terminators are really cool. I think I have some. I'm not quite sure. But, you know, after painting so much 40k last year, you know, the Terminators and all of the other stuff, I think I should do my due diligence and go back to my roots this year of Age of Sigmar and Warhammer Old World painting. Because I remember when I started this channel that people were like, oh, finally someone who, you know, paints Age of Sigmar. There are so little, you know, channels on here that give proper tutorials for Age of Sigmar models. And then I just betrayed them and painted 40k for way too long. So I feel quite bad and I want to, you know, return to my roots in this regard. Especially because I have so much. But yeah, Cataphracti Terminators are just very cool looking miniatures. Maybe I'll do a project with them in my holidays. Unfortunately, don't have as long holidays as I thought. I thought I would have like 4 weeks of holiday before my next semester, but it's actually just, I think, 2 weeks or like 10 days. And some of these days, of course, want to spend with my family, so I can't do as big of a project as I wanted to do in that time. But, you know, we'll see. Rice elaborates, I also lengthened their torsos a bit so that they're at least as tall as Primaris. Alright, because they're stock from their size of the first Bomb Marines, which is disgusting, so I made them taller. Yeah, nice, cool. I think, you know, I sometimes see projects on Instagram with people, you know, giving their Marines, you know, fitting their Marines to the new heights. And I think they always look very cool. So yeah, especially Cataphracti Terminators being as tall as Primaris, or at least as tall as Primaris, I think will look very menacing, very cool. But unfortunately at the moment I literally just have weekends because of our current work situation, so that sucks. Alright. Yeah, I mean, kinda same. I'm currently in what's called a, you know, basically class-free time, where we are supposed to work on, you know, our what's it called? Basically finals, if you want, and have some projects. And this year there are many cool projects which I'm taking part in, and I have to, you know, work very hard on my finals because I've been sick for a very long time. One sickness was literally chasing another. I think I've been sick for like 1.5 months. Not not like bedridden all the time, but you know, couldn't properly talk, couldn't swallow. I had like, what's it called in English? Tonsillitis? And stuff like that, and a whooping cough and everything. It was really annoying. They do look quite nice next to my chapter masters so far. They're gonna look epic when painted. Nice. Cool. And Rise is already gone again. It's fine, it's fine, it's okay. It's a Sunday. It's the first stream in quite a while. I didn't, you know, give any notice beforehand. So if people hop on and off all the time, that's okay. What's the music like again? Maybe I should do something more cheerful. Yeah, that's okay. Oh. Oh, shit! My camera is dying because I'm an idiot and forgot to plug in my... Oh no. Whoops. Hang on. Oh no, that's embarrassing. Sorry. I had to have my camera outside yesterday for some shots for the Tomb Kings. You know, for a shot where I spray painted them. And that's why I have the power source off and battery inside. So now back again. Yes. Okay. Okay. Wow. And now I have to take care of the light. Everything alright now? Is everything fixed? I think it should be. Alright. Yeah, come on. Again, it's all a bit awkward. It's been so long. I don't even know if I have it in me anymore. Nah, I'm just joking. I think it should be alright. Okay. Next off. Based. I think we should do something about the yellow part of this cloth now, for which I think we should again go with something darker for the recesses first, for which I'll be using XV88. One of the most versatile colors in my roster, I think. At least I'm using it. Very versatile. Hey, come on. Yeah. Where was I before all of this? Yeah, okay. The music should be alright. It's very annoying, you know. It's already annoying that I find out after the stream every time how good the quality of the music has been. But you know, that I now can't even know what's playing. At least not really. I only see which playlist is playing. That's very annoying. I hope you guys aren't getting turned off by the music today. That would suck. Any other news? Let me think. Well, as I said, there is going to be a lot more old world and Age of Sigmar content coming up. I've gotten some very cool miniatures for Christmas, And I've got a whole boatload of miniatures still from the fantasy days. So yeah, I'm not running out of content, out of things to paint on that front. And there's also going to be, I think, quite the interesting Bretonia project coming up, because when I was when I was LARPing last year, I, as you do, talk with my neighbors at camp, and he said that, I don't know how we got on that topic, but he told me of a great, big Bretonian army that he had when he started playing the game, which he unfortunately never really got to paint. And I was like, oh? Well, allow me to introduce you to someone who may be able to help you on that front. And yeah. And he messaged me a few weeks ago, and we started getting into contact again. And if I'm lucky, if he wants to, I am perfectly happy to paint his Bretonians for him, as I was painting the Deathwing Terminators for the other guy last year. So yeah, you can expect some more Bretonian content on here. As I'm not quite sure if I want to start another army myself, although I promised myself to get some Bretonians if this game would be ever be renewed. And I also actually found a trader, merchant, who sells them at a lower cost than Games Workshop. So yeah, in and of itself, it should be good to go. Right. Now I think we're really going to get some difference on this horse with some Avalanche Sunset, which is almost completely dried in. Excuse me. So can we get a little less sunburn on this horse? What's with my color? That's Baylor Brown. I don't know what happened to my Avalanche Sunset. Yeah, that's the right color. That's the right thing to give this horse. I remember, back in the day when I started this channel, I always wanted, to have a proper story with my eBay rescues. So I, contacted the people that I bought these miniatures from. And, asking them why they're selling them, how they came to be and that color scheme and so on. What the thought behind them was. This guy, I remember, he told me that these miniatures never actually saw like a battlefield of some sort. They were literally just purchased for, I think D&D was it. Like D&D campaigns, like adversaries and, just your regular mobs in the game. Which I, always tell people that Games Workshop miniatures or Warhammer miniatures in general are great for stuff like that. So yeah, fair enough. But that's all that I remember. It's been quite a while. I mean, 2 years ago. 2 years have passed since I bought these miniatures. So yeah. Speaking on the price of, used miniatures, second-hand miniatures, I'm really glad that the old world just basically put the guillotine on the heads of the people reselling these miniatures on eBay. Because I remember when, when fantasy was over and people were selling their, originally packaged miniatures for crazy amounts. Especially Bretonia, as there weren't a lot of people who played Bretonia and even less who wanted to sell them. So like for a bunch of, regular peasant infantry, you were paying like upwards of like 100 euros or 120 euros. And yeah, well, now that the old world is out, prices dropped rapidly. I think I saw Cetra for like 30 euros on eBay a few days ago. Unfortunately, now prices are starting to climb again, as Games Workshop is now asking ridiculous prices themselves. I saw on their homepage that they want for 6 peasant horsemen, for 6 yeomen. What did they want again? 60 euros? 60? Excuse me? Oh, hi Rose. But yeah. That's why I'm like, okay. I'm not going to buy Bretonians from Games Workshop. I'll try to find other ways. Because that's just ridiculous. The miniatures are old, I don't care if they had to be recast or something. You can't sell like almost 15-year-old miniature for 60 euros. 5 of which. That's not alright. I don't care if it balances the game. Especially not with yeomen. On like 3 Grail Knights today cost like 43 euros. And I was like, excuse me? 3? For the cavalry-based army? Yeah. No, thank you. Insane. But, you know. This is your daily dose of Warhammer nut complaints about GW pricing. I'm not being revolutionary here. So, if you guys have any thoughts on what to paint on these miniatures in terms of heraldry and ornaments, please let me know. I'm open to all suggestions. This is literally one of the most customizable armies in the game, maybe even the most customizable. So, yep. The for balance excuse is so BS. Yeah, I know. I mean, it kind of seems to work, you know, comparing to other, you know, brands like Bolt Action and stuff. Which, you know, have never gotten popular, even though they sell for way less. But, yeah. On that note also, I have been checking Bolt Action out. You know, I've been playing War Thunder with a buddy of mine recently. And so I was looking into maybe getting some tanks for myself. You know, just as a fun painting project on the sidelines. And I thought, yeah, you know, I remember Bolt Action to be quite reasonably priced. And so I looked up Bolt Action, and actually they were pretty much as expensive as GW, especially when you think about, you know, that the miniatures are not as high quality as Games Workshop, because, I mean, that they are. And not as big. And you pay like for, you know, the German starter set. I think that's like 1 Panzer IV, one truck, and a bunch of, you know, infantrysts. You pay like 100 euros, which is your average combat patrol for Games Workshop. So I'm like, what? Since when have they gotten so expensive? Okay. The yellow is now mostly in place. It's a bit cattywampus. But I think that's alright. I'm hesitant. You know, I have a brighter yellow. I still have Flash Gets yellow here. I'm not quite sure if, you know, it would be the right call if I really wanted to have more contrast, but I think this might overdo it. Who cares? I'm gonna do Flash Gets yellow now. I want you guys to see some difference. Not only you guys, but me myself as well. Nice. This looks like a healthy paint. So, I see more people are joining the stream. Welcome, welcome. I hope you are all having a fine Sunday afternoon. And yeah, maybe spend it with some miniature painting as well. Oh, one more thing. Do you guys know if Kislev has been cancelled for the old world? Because I remember, you know, Theinrich and I were talking about this, and he told me that Games Workshop cancelled the Kislev range for the old world, which I think they have been promising, I think last year or so? Yeah. So if you guys know anything about that, can you like confirm or deny these claims? Because I really don't know. Our power is off, so I can't see or do shit. Oh no. Sick and power is off? Damn. I'm guessing those are in regards to some load shedding shenanigans, huh? Maybe the yellow was too bright. I don't know. I'll keep going. Let's just see where it goes. Sometimes you just have to trust the process. Even if the process looks like a load of... well... yeah. Because, I'm gonna be honest, I totally forgot that Kislev was, you know, promised to be in the old world. Even though it makes sense to, you know, introduce some new factions into your old game. Especially when you delete some factions off the map for lore reasons. Or whatever. But, yeah, now they've been cancelled apparently. Theinrich actually made a good point when I talked with him about this. He said that, you know, due to current worldly situations, they didn't want to have anything, you know, that, I don't know. Basically, he told me that they cancelled the Kislevs because of their, you know, resemblance to another nation currently at a war. With, you know, something, you know what I'm talking about. So, which I think would be BS. I think there has to be something more to it. Maybe they're just lazy or they don't know, they don't want to spend the money on their artists. But if anybody knows, I'd be happy to hear your thoughts on Kislev. I don't follow fantasy, so I don't know. Fair enough. I mean, I'm gonna be honest, I'm not up to date on any Games Workshop related topics as well. I get basically all my news from Theinrich. The only reason you guys are seeing, like, the Warhammer preview stuff, especially the previews that are not like Warhammer Fest, is due to Theinrich informing me when the next preview is going to be. Because I'm not up to date on that stuff at all. What am I doing here? First time painting a Bretonian and I'm messing up big time, I have the feeling. Maybe it's not a bit hard to say. Let's just see where it leads. Any ideas for a third color, by the way? I think blue would be a bit too obnoxious here. Maybe some orange. That would tie it in quite nicely. Maybe white. White could also be an idea. I don't know, something bright. I think green wouldn't work. Turquoise maybe, but I'd have to mix that up. Because the only turquoise color I've got is Nihilak Oxide. And I heavily doubt that that would work as a layer. It says for some reason green is coming to mind, but there's already green in the base. Yeah. White may work. Yeah, I think white. You know, let's try the Chilean approach. But I mean, we've still got time to think about that. So... I think we definitely made a difference on the yellow part. I messed up down here. Let's clean it up. But the red part still looks pretty much the same. I mean, at the end of the day, the miniature, you know, should look better as when we started with it, because otherwise, what the hell am I even doing? Let's take some Mephiston Red again. And some Ushapti Bone, maybe. And try to mix up a brighter red. To give the red part more definition. It shouldn't be pink. That's not what I'm looking for. It should be like a bright, vibrant red. Which I guess is calling for a hint of like orange? I know I've mentioned this, but I'm doing local commissions now as well. Hey, cool. Nice. That's cool. Good luck with that. Make sure you're always being paid beforehand. I've actually stopped with commissions because they were just... On the one hand, they were getting out of hand. Which, you know, is quite nice in a way, but it basically came to the point where I had to decide if I wanted to make videos or commissions, because apparently I wasn't able to do both, which is why I haven't been uploading as much for the past like 2 years, or for the past year at least. Is this making a difference? Oh yeah. So that's one of the reasons, and another reason is that I didn't get paid for one of my commissions recently. So I lost 400 euros on that. Because there was... The person basically had perfect timing with their scam. As I had so much other things going on that I was like, okay, you know what? Just zog off. There are other more important things that I need to take care of now. That's how they got away with that. I have one guy who's printing me some stuff for free, and in turn I'm gonna paint him a drop pod. Nice, that's cool. He's gonna pay me to do a Black Templar guy, which is cool. Nice, great. Thankfully everyone has agreed that my prices are pretty good, which is a huge relief. Yeah, nice. Always get paid first, yeah. Usually I would have gotten paid first, but again, this person had just waited the perfect storm and was really aggressive on the phone, and I was like, you know what, fuck off. Just, you know... I mean, technically speaking, I know where they live, so, you know. But, let's just not say anything that could be used as evidence. Nah, I've been pretty much over that person. I've been going around on Etsy warning any other artists to take commission from them. And that's the way I... Hang on, actually there's one part of the story where I'm like, okay, you know what, I'm not going to go after this because this is just pure karma. Because apparently the miniatures arrived broken because DHL was treating the parcel as like a football. while delivering. And that resulted in like every miniature having like some part of the paint, you know, damaged. And so they had to, yeah, get it fixed with another artist who charged 400 euros for the repair. So it's not like they had a discount on it, which is why I'm also like, okay, you know what, serves them right. Okay. Finally, we're doing some difference here. Quite, like, this is quite obnoxious here. Should we do this? I think not. I think it should blend it in more. So they end up paying 400 anyway. Yep. Again, this is why I'm like, okay, you know what? That's like the most important thing to me, at least. which sounds like really petty, but I'm just like, you know what? Serves him right. And then was basically the moment where I was like, okay, you know what? I'm so done with commissions after all of that. That I was like, okay, tomorrow, you know, I was already laying a bet. I will take down my posts on Etsy. Really bright right now. The sun is shining directly in my face. And then I was like, okay, you know what? I'm taking down my offers for commissions, like my, my posts on Etsy. And when I woke up the next day, I had another person who purchased the deathcore of Krieg that I was offering, which is made ready to order, so I can't, you know, I didn't have them in stock. I had to paint them, which is why, again, there hasn't been any updates on my situations for the past like 2 weeks, because I was busy painting those guys. But you know, they paid up front. They were very workable. So yeah, they wanted to place actually like 7 more units for me to paint, and although, you know, the call of more money is always very tempting, I was like, nah, dude. I need some time off. So now, for the first time in... Oh, okay, not so long. For the first time in 2 years, I think. Commissions have been closed. I'm only doing stuff for free now, lol. Alright, I'm gonna do some basing in the dark. I don't know why, but that sounds kind of like a title to a song. I think like Riders of the Storm. Riders of the Storm. Okay. It's a bit weird. I'm not gonna lie. Not quite sure what to think of all of this. But I am sure that we need to, you know, make this one brighter. I think this should be yellow, like the metal part. That's not alright. Yeah. And, Anything else? We could take care of the horse right now, but that's actually like on the bottom of my priorities. Because I, you know, don't think that the horse looks that bad. You know, the horse itself. Could also start, you know, just taking care of the knight. Which isn't the worst of ideas. So let's take some Administratum Grey and do some non-metallic metal. Okay. I think this is a Stark, what's it called in English again? In German it's a Gussgrad, because of course it is. In English it's, oh god. Anyway, you know what I mean. This isn't supposed to be part of the miniature. Maybe I should have scraped that off before painting again, but... It's been so long since I've done non-metallic metal. I think this is going to be quite weird because, yay, non-metallic metal. I think this is going to look maybe a little bit weird when I get my Bretonians, because I'm quite sure that I won't go through all the effort of giving them non-metallic metal armor. At least not as elaborate as I'm doing today. But, you know, maybe it works out. I think it's just always a little bit weird when you have like gleaming metal shining on a miniature that's mostly like cloth and dim colors. I don't know, doesn't look right to me. So let's do a music check again. That's good. So. Okay, nice. Even the sound is in order properly. Great, great times. Rejoice. Rejoice, people. Hey. Nope. We've been streaming for almost an hour now. Nice. I think I'm gonna do one more hour and then I might have to pick up, because again I need to prepare some stuff for university, and I'm actually getting a visitor today who will learn with me. Oh well, who will learn next to me basically, because she has to do something else. She has to program a website on my computer. Which is something I have to do as well. No. I've been really unlucky with our, like, there's one class I'm taking in university which is, you know, dedicated to programming and stuff. And I haven't been able to, you know, because I was sick so often, and we only have it every 2 weeks. I have missed every class where we've been programming, and only was, like, attending when we did, like, stuff like going through PC parts or discussing how the internet works, basically. So I missed all the programming days. Now I have to teach it myself. Which should be alright. I mean, HTML is really not the hardest language to program in, but we'll see. By the way, has there been... I haven't been looking into the lore of the old world that much, you know, as it's now coming out. Has there been like any major changes to the way that Bretonia is portrayed, or is it basically the same? By which I mean, is it still, you know, as they've been portrayed? I don't even know how Bretonia is properly portrayed in, it's been portrayed in fantasy, because I've never gotten my hands on a codex. I've heard like conflicting stories. I've heard like they've been first portrayed as, you know, just being regular knights, and then Games Workshop was like, that's not grimdark enough. We need to make them like tyrants, you know, oppressing women and all the jazz, oppressing their peasants, hunting them for sports and stuff like that. So I'm just like, okay, has there been any difference? Is anything going on in the old world that I should know about? Because, you know, information like that can definitely influence the way you paint your minis. I wish Heinrich had the time to come over and paint something alongside me. Because if I've learned one thing from the Christmas stream, is that it is a lot easier to keep talking, you know, keep commenting during a stream when there's somebody that you can actually, you know, talk in real time with. I of course appreciate like every comment I get, don't get me wrong. But, you know, Heinrich had a little more to say. Not to pressure you guys or anything, but, you know, again, just saying. But he has to take care of his finals as well. So... I think it's coming along alright. No. This is literally the first Bretonian I've ever painted. I would have loved to paint them when Fantasy was still out, but when I started Fantasy, I was like, nah, I'm not going to pay to paint and play the army with the most elaborate paint jobs. So I'm gonna take an army that's a little bit more, you know, easy to paint, like high elves. And when I finally got to the level where I could have painted Bretonia, I was like, Games Workshop was like, oh yeah, we're not going to continue Fantasy. Instagram has a call function. Well, yeah, that would work as well. I think it would be kind of nice to do some stuff with the community, especially like gaming related, which is why I'm asking about like Helldiver or even Hold Fast, like Nations at War. I think that would also be quite cool if we could get like a platoon going there. But we'll see. I don't want this to devolve into a gaming channel. It's just like gaming streams are so easy to do. And I have so much stuff to do that I need to look for other forms of content, I'm sorry. But at the same time, I want to stick true to my roots, you know? I don't want to be like any other YouTuber who just films themselves gaming and calls it content. Want to put in the effort? I want to show... What's it called? My goodness. I've not been speaking English that much. What's not trade? I want to show some real prowess. It's what I want to say. I don't know the word for Handwerk. But I do know the word for chivalry and honor. And that's what we are trying to achieve here. I think these are literally just some Knights of the Realm, so I'm not going to go crazy with like any gold, for example, on their armor. Or like even the horse, like the cloth itself. I don't want it to be, you know, too overboard. But, you know, looking like this is... I think we can do better than this. We can go a little bit more on the embroidery side than what we see right now. Let's try to paint that arm. Sudele. First time I'm shutting the hell up because I actually need to focus on the miniature. Alright, okay, that's a good angle. I really like this kind of setup. I think there are just some, you know, a few tweaks that I need to do to make it really work. But something like this is quite amazing. I love how it's been raining for like 4 days in my village. And now the one day where basically, you know, have to stay inside all day. More or less. Finally the sun comes out. And actually annoys me this way. No, don't go away. No, sorry. No. Please stay, Mr. Blue Sky. You guys see this? No, you can't. Okay. Is this part of the helmet or is this part of... Okay, it's not part of the helmet. Yeah. That's more like it. So. Bit hard to, as always, make sure that you guys can see everything that's going on, but yeah, this setup makes it a lot easier. Now I have to cheat a bit. So let's take care of the... What's that? Nuts? This is called in English? I don't know. These little things. These little thingies. Okay. Whew. Now we have to take a step back. Oh god, the white balance. No. And think about what we're gonna do next. I think the shield getting, you know, being yellow is a given. What do you want to do for the ornamentation, though? I didn't think the cloth on the horse would be as creased as it is, which will, you know, make it a little bit more difficult to do anything cool there. I think we should do some... Okay, hang on. I think we should go more extravagantly on the back and a little bit more simple on the front. Simply because, you know, with the lance here and, you know, the big creases in front, I don't want to deal, you know, having to paint anything complicated on that part. And here it's a little bit more forgiving, so I think, yeah, that's the way to go. Meaning that this part should get some sort of, it's not called checkerboard, called kariert. I don't know what it's in English. But yeah, that's the way to go. And I think the right color for this is yellow. Just simply yellow. Let's not go overboard just yet. So... Do I really need to... Hang on. I really need to block out the sun so the white balance doesn't go crazy. But Jan, you could also just adjust the white balance on the camera. No, for some reason I can't. My camera doesn't let me. Okay. So I think just straight up down is the right direction to go. At least up until that crease. Again, we don't want to go too crazy, but something nice, something neat. Something where the people see that we actually did something today and not just, you know, we're dilly-dallying. Okay. So... yeah, I think just a simple, like, checkerboard-esque ornament with maybe some white in between. I have to mull that over, but I think that wouldn't be the worst of calls. I also have to think of something what we do here. Like with this silvery part, because I really don't want to leave that silver. I think we could just paint it straight white. I think that would work well with what we've got going on here. But let's see. Okay. That thing would kind of bend this way. That crease would go this way first and then bend this way. It's kind of hard to make this work because you can't just go straight down ignoring the creases, because that would just look weird. And this one bends just this way. Does this look reasonable? Yeah, I think so. Okay. Of course, we have to make this part darker, like in the crease, of course. Maybe this part can remain bright. Maybe I should put more red into here. Because, you know, this is the crease, sure, but the shadow should only go to here. Rice says, right on the base, I'm busy with Chaos Marine chainsawed in the ground at an angle, and his helmet cut off, cut up in the front. What? Right, the one base I'm busy with. Okay, right. The one base I'm busy with has a Chaos Marine chainsawed in the ground at an angle, and his marine and his helmet cut off and cut up in the front. Alright. I think that's, you know, great environmental storytelling. I had, you know, when I painted the Deathcore of Creek, and maybe I'll show some pictures later in the community posts. I painted a veteran, and I gave that man too a shovel sticking in the ground in front of him, just to show how versatile he is. And I mean, every true Kriegsman should have a shovel. I'm still a bit surprised that GW didn't go all in with the meme and just, you know, gave them shovels all the way. But, you know, if they think they know better. Oh no, hang on, this is the, is this? No. Is it? No. This supposed to be the no, it's not. It's not. I'm deciding it's not. I thought this was supposed to be the underside of the cloth. But again, shouldn't be. Maybe this is. Not quite sure, not quite sure. And let's do the same on the other side as well. Yeah. We can zoom out a little bit more. Sometimes it's hard to tell which angle is the best. Sometimes it's just hard to tell anything. So... I gotta say, finally being able to paint Bretonians and, you know, being able to work with square bases again is kinda neat, I'm not gonna lie. Like yesterday, as I was preparing the Tomb Kings for the next video. Yeah. Had a great time, very nostalgic. Will it bend this way? I think it would. What's the music like? Yeah, it should be alright. Every time people leave the stream, like en masse, I'm always thinking like, oh, is the music selection maybe bad? It obviously can't be me. No, of course I'm joking. But I think, you know, of course people would rather leave than just tell, hey, can you change the music? Which I would do too. So... I think, no, that down there is the crease. Slowly but surely, we're reaching the levels of a true Bretonian Knight of the Realm. Emphasis on slowly. But surely. Gonna hop off again, see you in a moment. Alright. Alright. I think this message is already a little bit older, but yeah. Finally saw it. Whoops. Okay, this is kinda neat, but I still think we should do something across. Can we do like in a way that people can actually see it? And not be blinded by the light. I think this works. So... technically speaking it should be... yeah, it should be just square. I think if I go down... you know, what? Yeah. Just go like this. Yes, yes, yes. Maybe at a slight angle, but nothing too crazy. Am I running out of steam already? I mean, I didn't have breakfast today, so maybe. But it's good to finally do a stream again, and again, you know, do some painting content in general. Really looking forward to making more videos. And I'm really thankful, I mean, right now I think nobody's watching, but I'm really thankful for everyone who voted in the community post, the last, you know, on which miniatures I should paint next. Maybe I should do this more often. Because, yeah, the turnover rate was great, like the people that voted. I think it was like 46 people right now, which I really like. Thank you very much. I love myself a good representative poll. And, you know, I feel like you guys, yeah, made a very good call with the old world. Yeah, I think this is coming along nicely. Very old school Bretonia. As it should be. Old school knights. Maybe I should look more into some heraldry again. So, let's fresh all of that up a bit. And then I think we're good to go to move on to the other side. I think the hardest part of this is trying to do something that looks, you know, reasonably symmetrical. But I think this side turned out rather well. Of course, we are not done, but, you know, it's alright. If I really wanted to, you know, go all in here, I would put a fleur-de-lis into every single one of these checkerboards and make them smaller and whatnot. But I think, you know, for a Knight of the Realm that would be too much. And also for today's timetable, I don't have the time to do this. Maybe in another 24-hour stream, we could do like a few Bretonian Knights and just go apeshit with them. Just go crazy. Maybe just do a stream where we just paint some Imperial flags. Because I've got a lot of those as well. Banner carriers and stuff. I think that could also be really neat. Just do some crazy pictures. Although then I would have to do every picture twice. Because every flank has two sides. Not quite sure how I feel about that. Okay, cool. I think this looks already a lot better than before, especially, you know, comparing to the other side. Yeah, I think we're getting somewhere. Great to see some, you know, difference. And I think I should also get some light in order as well. I can't reach it from here. That's the problem with regular daylight. It's not always as workable as I would like it to be. And that's the one thing where I'm aiming to improve soon. Get myself some proper lights. Some proper studio lighting. Because, you know, improper daylight, improper lighting as well, in general, is like the bane of this channel, especially when I have to film myself. Always a hassle. What's going on here? What the fuck? Pretty certain this should bend a little bit with the flow, but now it's too late. Nah. Alright. Let's put it at a slight angle and start painting. Hey. Start painting the checkerboard. So. I've kind of run out of topics to monologue about. Let's see. Oh. Just send you some progress shots on Insta on how they look this morning. Alright. I think at the end of the stream, you know, if you're still there, in case I forget, please remember me to have a look at them. Show your work on stream. Okay. This is coming along. Alright. Can you guys see everything? Yeah, kinda. I think also just the color palette we're working here, right? Like the brown base with like the green, you know, the old grass particles, and a red and yellow horse on top of it. Like, yeah, this is really, these are nostalgic times. Grenades on Terminators look so wrong. Why do people do this? I don't know. I think on like the regular Terminators, it's kind of understandable to have people, you know, being able to sometimes just lob some stuff at the enemy. But with Cataphracti, I'm kind of on your side, yeah. So, this is normal, and then it should bend upwards? Maybe. Just slightly. And I think I messed that all up. Alright. Dude, I love these colors. Yeah. I think we've got some, like whoever painted them first had, I think, the right rough idea. And if you only want to have like, I don't know, some adversaries for your D&D campaign, or like some background characters, they're totally serviceable. I just feel like there's more that we can get out of them. I mean, otherwise I wouldn't be doing this. Yeah. At best they can do is a light toss. Yeah, I mean, that's true. That's what I mean with the Cataphractii armor, but I think the regular Terminator is a little bit more mobile. And maybe it's only like supposed to be like a light toss, you know? Not like across a trench, but maybe in a enclosed space. Maybe they're dropping them from the air and then kicking them towards the enemy. Wouldn't that be a sight? If I painted fantasy, I would paint them as 40k factions just for the meme aspect. I mean, yeah, sure. That you could do as well. But what I like about fantasy and about Bretonia especially is the, you know, the colorfulness that you can get. Because uniforms aren't a thing. Grenade football, yeah. Wasn't that like a thing in like Korea or China or something? Where they had their soldiers like play games with live grenades to test their... I don't know what they were testing. Their nerves, basically. I think it was in football, but... like some sort of handball. Hang on. Okay. Well, paint some knights as blood angels, some as crimson fists and others as black templars. I mean, that could be a fun video idea. Like just getting Bretonian knights and painting them as like space marine legions and, you know, getting the heraldry, trying to put the heraldry into the context, especially like for example, the blood angels as like Grail knights, I think would make a lot of sense. The Black Templars just like regular Knights of the Realm. And so on. I think that could be a very sweet idea. Huh. Gotta think about that. I think that's cool. Now I might have to get some Bretonians myself. Maybe, yeah, for real. Ooh, and then I could combine fantasy and 40k. What an idea, what an idea. Rice. What an idea! Like for real, that's a cool idea. I gotta... maybe I should write that down or something. But first are some Tomb Kings that I have. Because those I've got at hand. From a friend of mine who stopped playing Warhammer. He sold them to me ages ago. And now it's time to paint them. I also have like loads of like Empire and High Elves and stuff, but I don't want to paint them just yet. I want to paint them when they are announced for the old world. Because I do gotta wonder if people, especially newcomers, would, you know, watch a painting guide for High Elves or a painting video about High Elves without knowing what High Elves are, you know? So, yeah. Gotta wait for the announcement. But when High Elves are announced, goddamn do I have a lot. It's like I've been waiting for this moment when the old world returns. Tomb Kings rock. Oh yeah, they do. I think they have some great color schemes and they are very easy to paint. Which is kind of like the trouble I have. Like I have to come up with a video that, you know, basically showcases all the ways you can paint a Tomb King. Because they are like, in my mind, they're like 3 main ways. And I think you can cram them all into one video. And then you've got basically like all you need to know about Tomb Kings. And then I think there are some ideas I have for some more extravagant projects. And of course, like the Sphinxes do gotta deserve their own video. And so on and so on. So there is a boatload of stuff to do with Tomb Kings, but thankfully I do have a boatload of Skelly Boys already in my room. Alright. This side took a little longer, but I think we are on track for a great looking night. A little bit wonky, maybe. Well, maybe I should. No, let's not worry about that right now. Should I? Yeah. Let's take some Flash Gets Yellow next, and put a little more emphasis on these checkerboard patterns where they reflect the most light. You know, let it go with the flow. I would just leave it like this because I think otherwise it would reflect too much. Not too much, not too much. We don't want every single part of these checkerboards in that color. But just enough for it to be noticed. You know, make it more interesting. Right there, a dash. Right here, a little bit. Can you guys see this? Bad enough? I mean, we could also go in and just, you know, frame these parts, if you know what I mean. But we don't have time for that, I think. There's still a lot of other things we need to do. Yeah, I think... Oh yeah, okay, now that's cool. Okay. That makes it a lot more interesting. And fun to look at. Okay. Now this part. Well, let's zoom in a little bit more. Can't hurt. How much time do you have? Today we are going to stream. Oh, it's already 16. I think we're going to stream for like at least half an hour more, because again, I unfortunately have. Or, I don't want to say unfortunately, because there is a chance that the person is going to see this stream, and I don't want to, you know, seem like I don't enjoy their company. But you know, due to finals approaching and stuff like that, I have to do other things for university. And yeah, so I can't do like a regular 6-hour stream today. But I think we might keep going with this. Maybe not with this night, because I feel like, you know, he's too close. Ah, what's going on with the white balance? Oh no. Whoa. Hang on. It's very cloudy today, so sometimes the sun peeks through and we've just got a burst of sunlight. And when it goes away, I have to change it the other way around. Okay. Where were we? Ah, yes. Maybe we're not going to paint this fella on stream, because, you know, they're so close from the color scheme. But, you know, maybe I'll let you guys decide. Yo, the white balance was a hell of a yikes for a moment. Yeah. And now the sun is away again, and now it will get weird again. It's a bit... It is what it is. Okay. Yeah, I think that's cool. Gotta paint this a little more in a way that you don't see the painting strokes. I've seen all sorts of things done with Bretonia, and everything is all of them are amazing, and I can't wait to try them out myself. So I think this one is a great start. Alright, cool. I think we've done something rather neat to the front of the horse. The horse heresy. So I think next time we return to the knight for a bit. The shield. If we were to paint the shield yellow, I think it would, you know, clip in too much with the rest of the knight, especially because this is also a thing that we have to paint yellow. I don't want to leave it black, and I don't want to... Nah, I don't want to reverse the colors on the shield. So what I think we're going to do is to paint the shield white. Because why not? Why not? Hang on. That Ulthuan Grey is unfortunately done for. But this one is good. Rice says, the current cataphracti I'm working on has, of course, the Chaos Helmet and Chainsword. The next one, I think I'm going to put a Gene Stealer Aberrant. Or whatever they called on it. I think Aberrant is right. Yeah. Make them see what kind of, you know, stuff the Emperor's best can do. So, let's paint this bad boy white. Maybe split down the middle? Nah, I think that's too much. Again, this ain't no Grey Knight or Knights of the King. These are just regular Knights of the Realm. These guys are still up and coming. I think it's interesting the color scheme that they went for Bretonia, like the modern color scheme. Because I was kind of surprised to see the black and red color scheme. And the symbol that they chose for, you know, to represent all of Bretonia, being the axe. I haven't looked into the lore as to what that means. But I think the color scheme is like, you know, like Playmobil. I think they kind of look like Playmobil knights with this like red and black color scheme. The axe as their symbol and everyone having like the same uniform. Heinrich said it's due to marketing reasons, you know, it's so people can see, oh yeah, okay, black, red, let's go. It's not red and yellow or yellow and blue, so not too classic. Maybe it is actually for marketing reasons, or maybe it is just easier to paint that way. I don't know. I just think it sucks a bit. I think it's not very Bretonian-esque. So I'm going to paint my knights, of course, in true Bretonian fashion. Meaning trying to give everyone their own proper color scheme. Cringe, I like yellow and red. Yeah, for example, yellow and red. Or like every other color scheme. Let's just go wild with it. I'm gonna see if I can find some historic references to use. I think that would be nice. And you said the one after that can have some kind of chopped orc knob. Yeah, why not? Let's make, you know, always cool to have some different enemies on like one unit to show how veteran they are. And yeah. So again, in regards to the Bretonian color scheme, I think it looks kinda silly. Kinda silly, Billy. Heinrich said, again, it's due to marketing reasons, and he also said, like, the beauty of, and I of course agree with him, the beauty of Warhammer is that you don't have to go with, like, official color schemes, you can literally paint them however you'd like. Which is true, which is also why I don't, like, complain too much about it. On the other hand, I'm also like a guy who likes to paint their stuff somewhat lore accurately. You know, to show affiliances and alliances and stuff. So not being able to use the official color scheme because it's just silly is a bit, well, a bit weird, I'm not gonna lie. But again, the fun thing about Bretonia is that you can customize it so heavily, it's actually insane. Like, nothing is off limits for Bretonia. You can give them any heraldry you want, any color scheme. It always fits in just right. I do like lore accuracy. Yeah. I do like that. It's again kinda sad that the lore accurate paint job looks like something Playmobil could have cooked up. Okay. White balance going crazy again. I don't know if that's a stream issue or a camera issue. Next thing I want to do is I think we should keep the Ulthuan Grey. No, let's leave the Knight alone for a second. Let's keep the Ulthuan Grey still, but not for any non-metallic metal effects, but for the... hang on. Maybe it can also help to do just this. What's the music like again? That's a bit too low for me. Let's go with some more tavern music. A little bit quicker, a little bit more, you know, pop. Again. And now I want to paint this part white. And the dragon at the top of the head of the horse. I think that's nice. Yeah, music should be alright. Okay. Also, for some reason, I keep forgetting that Blood Angels have different color helmets for their Devastators. And Assault Marines. Oh. It's black, isn't it? Not quite sure. My guys are marked in helmet markings. So... quickly paint this over in white. Because I don't think there should be any metallic effects on this miniature. Like, not Bretonians in general, but just this miniature particularly. Clean up the trim a bit. Just slightly. And then do the same with the dragon and the stuff on the other side. Yes. Blood Angels have yellow for Assault and blue for Devastators. Their Death Company is black. Alright, okay. Right. I haven't done any Death Company for my Basilisks yet, but I'm liking the idea of black bodies with candy red helmets. Yeah, I mean... sure, go for it. I really like the lore of the Death Company. So... what's this? Oh, that's the ears, okay. Again, painting over the silver to make sure that there's... and I think, again, I think we made the right call here. I think the miniature looks, you know, more fitting in and of itself without the true metallic metal effects. I think it just straight up looks better. I think sometimes true metallic metal effects can distract from like the rest of the miniature and not fit in as well. Maybe I'll go with some... Nah, okay, I won't do that. I'm still trying to come up with a more unique take on my death company, but basically what I have in mind is something similar to another YouTuber. Oh. Another YouTuber. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, okay. I mean, there's nothing wrong to give a little bit of a spin to their own, especially like Space Marine factions. The thing of the chapter that I made, the Celestial Spears, is kind of like, I saw a meme a few days ago where it was basically, oh yeah, you know, Warhammer players trying to not create a Space Marine chapter that is reasonable and practical for the 100th time, and that it was like Squidward trying to not eat Krabby Patties in the one episode he was so addicted to them. And I was like, god damn, my Celestial Spears are the same, aren't they? So I'm thinking of like, okay, what kind of grimdark aspect could I give them that's not like, I don't know, too messed up. On the other hand, the Celestial Spears are really, you know, like are a founding, like, find their lineage in the Imperial Fists. And I think the Imperial Fists are just like, what do I say, like practical in their own right. So yeah. Look who it is! It's Go For It Painting saying hello! I was wondering when you would show up, man. Do you maybe want to say anything other than just hello today? Or are you just going to disappear into the ether again? Just making yourself known. Which of course is fine, no pressure, but... What would I do without Go For It Painting showing up for half a second saying hello? Would it be a proper stream? I don't think so. At least not a proper painting stream. Rice says where the Black Rage is seen a bit more positively and treated as almost saints as they see the vision of... Yeah, Singenius. Yeah. I have seen different takes on the Black Rage. And I think... You know, the guardsman, I saw a comic from, I unfortunately don't remember the artist, with like a marine fallen to the Black Rage, slaughtering guardsmen in their own ship, I think. You know, and the guardsmen just not knowing what the hell is going on. I think that's my favorite take on the Black Rage, just like in a sense, getting in the way of these marines for no reason whatsoever. Which sounds kind of cruel, but I don't know, I think it fits very much to the narrative. Give this a second coat of Old-Born Grey. And maybe I should take care of the bull itself after that? I don't know. Maybe we should do something with this, like maybe some little symbols in here. Just something small, maybe like small fleur-de-lises, I think. That could be nice. Could be also too much, I don't know. We also have to do something for the back. I'm gonna go grab my phone real soon and see if maybe my guest is coming a little bit later. So we can keep the stream running. We'll see. I'm also going to be doing another high quality mini for that same YouTuber. Alright. Here's a chapter of Celtic inspired dudes for the Tuatha De Danann. I probably butchered that. Same quality as I did with you. Same, I mean, cool. I'm really happy how you know, the Space Marine you did for me turned out. Like, it literally was perfect. So thank you very much again for that. So white and black quartered scheme at the maximum effort. I love quartered paint schemes. Yeah. I really like this sort of checkerboard pattern, especially for like fantasy and medieval units. I think it works just too well. Unfortunately, we didn't get to the archers today. I thought I would have more time. Anyways, what do we do with the back? Whatever the symbol is called on the butt of the horse in red. So just a fleur-de-lis, you think? Butt of the horse? I mean, could work. I mean, if in doubt, just the symbol painted in red. Yeah, okay. I mean, when in doubt, just slap a fleur-de-lis on it, I think is a fair way of thinking when it comes to Bretonians. I'm not quite sure though. We've got also, I mean, it is a lot more easier than a bull or a dragon, so yeah. Okay, you know what? Let's do that. Fleur de lis. Bingo. Show me an easy word version, please. I think that's alright. Okay. Now we just gotta think on where to put it. Could put it... Nah, I think that's not good. What could you do? Hang on. Let me just quickly look up a Bretonian knight. Just to have a look. At how other people handle this. Again, it's been so long. Nay! We're not quite done yet. Oof. Okay, that's too much. Other people just leave it blank. I mean, fair, I guess. A lot of people just leave it blank, huh? Huh. How many people are just leaving it blank? What the fuck? So, Bretonian players apparently only know 2 speeds. Going way too overboard with their minis or just not doing jack shit. Ooh, that's also a cool idea. Okay. Maybe let's do that then. Yep. Let's do one big one and maybe a bunch of smaller ones. To it. We're gonna love it from a basilisk. Yeah. You can put a little sketch with a pencil to test how it may look. Oh no. You know what? Let's just go balls to the wall. I don't think we've got time for caution. The time of caution is over. Now it's the time for courage and bravery. And just go in. Okay. So, but I will need a smaller brush for this. I bought this literally yesterday, so let's see how well it does. Red. Okay, I might not be able to catch your comments now because I need to open another window to see how the symbol looks. I could probably do it from scratch, like just from memory, but not quite sure. Okay. So we have one in the middle. Maybe we can go a little bit bigger. Let's go bigger. That's more like it. So, again. One in the middle. And 2 to the side. Can you guys see this? Yes. Can you guys see it well? I don't know. That's not the middle. It is alright. It is, you will see, it is going to be fine. My goodness. Can this brush hold like a little bit more paint? Hey. Every time I need to focus, I just shut up automatically. Maybe not the worst thing to do from time to time. Okay, now comes the difficult part. Making it symmetrical. Ooh. I think a little bit taller on that side, on that left side. I think this works reasonably well. Oh god. Let's not mess it up in the final stage. Okay, I need to come back to that one, but let's just keep going for now. Compliments to the front very nicely. Ah, okay. No, I think we'll have time to show it. I think we'll have time. There it is, okay. And then we have to basically repeat that, but a little bit smaller down here. Ooh, it's not fully centered. I'm gonna take a smaller brush and... oh, maybe I can do it with this one. Better. Okay. And 2 wings to either side again. So quiet. I feel like I kinda messed up the left side again. But we gotta live with it. Let's make this a little bit bigger. But still symmetrical. Okay, bingo. There are of course some flaws with this. But I only can do those with like a very small brush. You know, iron them out. So I'm not gonna do that for now. I think, but you know, I think this works. I think this works very nicely. So the next step would be, of course, to repeat this on the other side and do some smaller fleur-de-lises. But before we do that, let me quickly stretch for a second. And then have a look at my phone. to see if my guest wrote me. And catch up on all the comments he wrote. Hang on. Looks nice. Looks nice, looks perfect. Nice, thank you very much. You can always mix it up with some yellow. Yes, exactly. Also, this is why I do a pencil sketch first. Yeah. Okay, great. Glad you like it. Good. Let's let that rest for a second. Have a look for my phone. It's at my stand. Okay. Got no messages. So this means that gotta end the stream, I think. Because I need some time to, you know, clean up my room and stuff. Prepare everything for proper learning session. And get my Tomb Kings back into the house. Because they're still drying outside. And maybe spray paint these guys. Okay, so that's our night for now. I think we did come a long way from the way, like, remember, this is like this is pretty much how he looked before, and this is how he looks now. Again, still a lot more stuff to do, but I think I can do this either off camera or maybe in another stream. I think I'll do another poll on that. But I think before we do another stream, I do want to put out a proper video for you guys to enjoy. And in that video, we will take care of some Tomb Kings. So I've got a bunch of dudes with just hand weapons and shields, which I've actually never seen before, because usually I thought Tomb Kings would wield spear and shield. So yeah, some treat for you there. Some archers on horseback, of course. Can't forget about those. Look at these boys. That's like some properly old GW modeling and casting. These miniatures are they're really old. And of course, how could we forget, as the Swedish man would say, some Stridswagen. Some Stridswagen. And yeah. All based, all ready to be painted. I think I'm going to do a separate tutorial for the chariots though, because they might be a little bit more challenging than I thought. Also, look at the nice touch over here. You can see actually the way it is on the sand, like it rides through the sand. I've not done that for the horses because I'm not sure how. They're definitely not as eccentric as modern dudes, yeah. And yeah, it's going to be a great time. It's going to be a great time. We're gonna see some square units again. We have a bunch of archers that we can still rescue. I've got a like for this kind of stuff, like for the rescues and stuff, I do have a boatload of stuff to do. So if you guys enjoy like stuff like this, like Bretonian rescue streams, we can do. I am definitely open to, you know, just do these kind of streams where we're just going to rescue Bretonian knights. I can do some square lads. I can do some like proper rescue video where we're going to rescue a few Bretonian knights. That could be nice. All in all, I think we're going to just have like a great time. So, and of course, you know, proper Bretonian stuff, proper Tomb King stuff. Okay, look at these shields. Huh. Still looking for the color scheme I want to go with. I really like the default color scheme, but maybe the internet has some other ideas. I also like a purple golden one. But we'll see. We'll see. So, base cam going one more time. And with that, I think it's time we close up shop for today. We did a great job with this boy. I'm going to, you know, change the thumbnail accordingly, of course. Is there anything else? Oh yeah. Let me know if you're a hell diver or not. Let me know if you would like to see a hell diver stream. I'm basically just waiting for server capacity to go up. I'm not quite sure. The last update I heard was that the server capacity has been moved up to 500,000. Then I heard the rumor that they've already been at 700,000. I think I do want to wait for like 1 million capacity, because I think the game sold like 1 million copies on PC alone. So yeah, can't afford Helldivers. I mean, you know, another reason to just, you know, go to like watch a stream about it. Anyways, sorry for the people just rolling in, but the stream is unfortunately over. I have to do stuff for university. Let's have one last look at the Bretonian we created today. I think he looks great. I think the color scheme works out very nicely. And compared to what we started with, this has been a great improvement. Alright. Thank you for everyone who showed up today. Thanks for the people who, I don't know, will show up next time. I can't wait to do more content for you guys. And hang on, one more thing, because I have them here right now. This is like the one Tomb King that is painted in the army. Like fully painted, quote unquote. I think it looks cool. It's been painted by my mate of mine years ago, not by myself. But I have enough to have a go at myself. And look at this. This is some old tomb guard. And when I say old, I mean old. Like these guys, like the new ones are made from resin, I think, which is a disgusting material to work with. But these guys have been cast from tin. So yeah, when I say these guys are old, I really mean it. Can't wait to paint them. Maybe I do something special with them. We'll see, we'll see. And, oh yes, let's have a look at the banner carrier as well. Yeah. So, I can promise you there's a lot of really, really cool old world stuff coming up. And I really, really hope that I have the time to do it all. But, again, speaking of time, I think it's time to move on. Have a fine Sunday, everyone. Thanks for showing up. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Oh, hang on. Okay. This is one of the longest intros I've ever done. The longest outros I've ever done. But, before I forget, Bryce sent some pictures. Okay. See ya, man. yeah, no. Alright. Hang on. Is that correct? Okay. Some great looking cataphracti. Alright. That's what we want to see. Big bases, big cataphracti. This is already like one of the more agile cataphractis I've seen. Like, usually they're just like lumbering giants. Oh hell yeah. Custom helmet. Some orc skulls. Turned skull. Nice. Oh yeah. Nice nails. Very cool. Is that that's the one with the chainsaw you were talking about. Alright, the chainsaw is behind him. Alright, and that is the skull. Okay, got it. Nice. Ignore my nails. I also swapped some hats. Yeah, I can see. That's cool. I think they're very nicely done. Here we have all of them. Alright. Ooh, that long. These two look already very promising. Okay. Thanks for sending those in. I don't have too much to say to them, apart from that they look very good so far. I mean, properly built, nice bases. I still got plenty to do, but I'm excited to get to painting. I mean, yeah, I'm excited to hear how it goes. And with that, now for real, have a fun Sunday. I'll see you in the next one.